All right, for this final component here, materials and procedures. I gave you some examples of what to do and what not to do. And so when you're creating your materials, you need to list out all of your materials that you need for the experiment, like every single detail. Write them as like a bulleted list, and you need to mention the measurements that go with each of them. So look at that, what not to do. You're not simply going to say, I need a glass and some water, a ruler. All right, well, like how much water might they need? And instead of a glass, do they need to measure it as a certain size? Try to be as specific as you can. I know you might be using household items, but like if you open up your cabinet and you grab a drinking glass, then say that it's like, I don't know, a medium-sized glass or something. Because when I think of glass, it could be all different sizes, all different shapes. So try to be as specific as you can. But you're going to list out your materials just like that. Again, think of maybe like a recipe. If I'm going to bake something, I need a cake, and yeah, it tells me I need eggs, flour, milk, but how much of these things do I need? It makes a giant difference in what your end product is. Now, your procedure, again, think of this as it needs to be so detailed that someone that has never heard of your project, someone that's never talked to you, they can duplicate your project to a T, to like exactly to what you did. They can make it look just like your project. So you need to be explicit and specific with what you say. Again, with the baking and cake analogy, that I wouldn't say, okay, put the eggs, milk, and flour in a bowl, stir it up. You would probably say, add the 2 eggs into this, whisk them, and then stir in the dry ingredients, stir until they're incorporated. Or, like, there's details that go to it. It's not just saying, oh, do this. So look at my good example, my bad example. The good example walks you through what to do. I first measure out this 100 milliliters of water into the graduated cylinder. I pour the water into the glass, and then I add my 3 drops of food coloring, stir the liquid. My bad example just says, fill the glass with water, add coloring to it, mix it up. Like, yeah, it's telling me what to do, but it's not detailed enough to where I can exactly duplicate this. Like, I don't know how much water goes in there. I don't know how much food coloring. So you've got to be detailed in what you say. When you're writing out your materials and procedures in your notebook, you're just going to type them into the space that you have there. There's not an extra form or anything that goes along with this one. But as always, if you have questions, definitely don't hesitate to ask me.